final number was in yards per attempt for Jameis, but I think at one point the third it was something like 4.5. What you guys do so well to keep a lid on things, even at times if they're maybe moving the ball in little bites?
We got turnovers. I thought Keanu's interception was big. Obviously, JP's interception. Surrendering 14 points is always huge, and I know they got some yards there in the second half, but I thought it was a good job of just early on the touchdown they had. Jameis, went up the middle, got a big completion, but other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job of bottling up, not letting the extended plays beat us.
What adjustments did you have to make to keep those escape lanes closed out after that point?
I think it was, a coordinated rush, outsides, not getting too far afield, the inside pressure, understanding you might have two gaps instead of one. That's all got to be talked about. You got to run coordinated games along with it. I thought we did a pretty good job of that today.
Cam, is Keanu showing off a game ball in there, or
game ball? It's just one interception. If that's the case, I'm waiting on mine. I've never got one for that, but a heck of a play. Great awareness. Just to track it down the line. It wasn't like it was, popped in the air or anything, but can't say enough about the kid. He works his tail off, and I know he wants big plays all the time, but it was a big play for us in this game, and luckily to have that kid on our sideline.
Yeah, how did you balance knowing the way they threw the ball last week, but always knowing you want to and have to stop Nick Chubb?
It starts with Mr. Chubb, and we have a lot of respect for what he's done. And so, going to the game, you have to constantly think about him before you can even get to the pass. But we've seen in the weeks, the past couple weeks, Jameis has been on fire, having, 500 yards, I think, passing last week. So for us, it's, you got to stop the run early, and then, make sure it's tougher long down the distance, so they can't just throw it quickly to Njoku, because he's been a great key for them on quick passes.
Yeah, I know it's important to beat your division teams, but how much pride do you take in the fact that you guys 5-1 last year, 3-1 so far this year?
I don't take pride in it. I just think, it's AFC North football. You have to win these games. There's a sense of urgency in our locker room. We don't overlook anybody. We understand we got to play up to it. They got the job done last time. But it wasn't about getting revenge or anything. It was about, we need to get back to playing our football. We need to get, singular focused and, execute better.
What does it do for the defense when you're at full strength with Alex coming back?
I think having Alex back, it just, besides the depth factor, it's another guy who can go for 10 sacks any season. And you have to prepare for TJ, Alex, Nick Herbig, and Preston as well. Their resumes speak for themselves. And, I know those tackles are just, their heads are spinning trying to keep up with all those guys.
Cam, you have 8 sacks for the season, 88 for your career. Do you have a goal?
More.
Cam, your thoughts on just you and specifically Highsmith as well, the ability to just keep that pressure on Winston throughout the game?
I think you just, it might not have been the first move, but I think it's just being active. I thought a lot of times, it might be extended, but we were able to just bottle up the rush, and where he couldn't find the escape lane. I was beating my head after that first one he got, but I thought we, really cleaned it up after that.
Kim, you've been a leader in this organization for a long time. Do you feel like there's something different about this team and how it's carried itself through the ups and downs of the season?
I think we just have a complete team. We have a team that's complementary of everybody. I'm not saying that against the teams we've had in the past, but you can look at the time of possession on the offensive side of the ball. You can look at the big special teams plays. You can look at the defensive big plays as well. All three facets. There's playmakers. There's guys that can take over a game, and we need it week in and week out. But we have the guys to do it.
Cam, you get any extra juice playing in front of your old defensive coordinator, and are you out there reminding yourself of any things he used to teach you?
Well, I got to see them Saturday, And so, Coach Sabot, we were talking about, he was texting me last year during the season, just trying to keep my head up. I still talk to him to this day, and so I'm thankful for that relationship. I'm thankful that I got to have a DC who was at Ohio State as well, and I was just thankful to be in the room when he was around. And so also watching a guy like Casey Hampton, a leader, a glue guy, watching those guys go into the Hall of Honor, you got to play good in front of that crowd. And so, we relish that moment. But, I'm just thankful to have known those guys and been a part of something special.
Did you get a chance to talk to Casey Hampton today at all?
I ran after him before the game and surprised him. He's a little bit more smaller now, so it's harder to find him. But, it's always good to see him. It was very surprising to see that new jacket he got. I'm trying to figure out what size he got, because if they got it from the one when he was still playing, it'd be 4 times bigger.
Is he giving Keanu any coverage tips?
No, they ain't drop Hamp a lot.
Coach Sabot said this morning that he thinks this is some of the best football you've played in your career. Why do you think you've been able to do the 2 sacks today, obviously? Why do you think you've been able to keep it up for so long?
I think for me, there's more to improve on, more to keep going after. There's a hunger for me that I'm not satisfied for what I've done in the past, and I expect a lot more of myself.
Cam, you mentioned complementary football. Is there a feeling right now that even if there's a slow start, that eventually Russ and this offense is going to find a way to get stuff done?
I think so. And then, with that, what can the defense do? Can we provide short fields? Can we get turnovers? That all comes together. We're just asking for 7 each time. If we can get 7 from them every drive, that's a match made in heaven. But we'll keep striving for that.